Newt Gingrich calls on Trump to eliminate activist judges to end dictatorship. And I am all for it. It is not, judges are not there to be activists. They are there to make sure we are adherent to the Constitution, not to rule from behind the bench, which is exactly what the leftists are doing, because that's the only avenue they have, because Trump has the White House, he has the Senate, he has the House. So they are resorting to activist judges to do their bidding, which is wrong. It should be illegal. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna hear what Newt Gingrich has to say about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this important information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Slay News, and they report that Republican former House Speaker Newt Gingrich has called on President Donald Trump and GOP lawmakers to, quote, eliminate a number of district courts to end the dictatorship by judge. Because you got to understand, there's nothing in the Constitution that says we're supposed to have district judges, only that we're supposed to have a Supreme Court, not district judges. So he could technically eliminate these district courts. But Gingrich made the call during Sunday's broadcast of Fox News, Life, Liberty, and Levin. Speaking with the host, Mark Levin, Gingrich discussed what he deemed dictatorship by judge. He was referring to the Democrat-aligned activist judges on district courts working to overrule Trump's presidential authority. And look at how many of these cases end up in these leftist judges' hands. I think that is by design. Who is assigning these judges? Like that one judge, I forgot his name, starts with a B, Broman or whatever his name is. He got multiple Trump cases, and people are asking, how can this happen? How can one judge get so many cases for one individual? It's crazy. Someone is doing this on purpose. But Gingrich suggested Trump revisit former President Thomas Jefferson's efforts to eliminate courts by repealing the Judiciary Act of 1801. Wow. So let's get right to the clip here. Here we go.
Welcome back, America. You know, Newt, the last segment I asked you what is their program, and I want to catch myself. We know what their program is. It's the same old thing. It's American Marxism. I wrote a whole book on
Facts.
it. So they don't really want to talk about that, do they? They want to go back to what they always go back to. But is that going to work?
Well, we don't have any evidence it's going to work. Look, you have a whole generation growing up which saw the government lie to it about COVID, and saw the government lie to it about Russia, saw the FBI being corrupted, and saw the lies about Afghanistan, etc. So you have over in a poll we do at America's New Majority Project, over 80% of the American people believe the government's corrupt. Now that's really dangerous in a free society. And what Trump is doing is he's taking on the corruption. And of course, if you're on the side that's been making money by being corrupt, you're not happy. So a lot of the people that are so-called observers, in fact, are opponents. Their goal is to defeat Trump. The district judges may be the worst, because I think there is no constitutional basis for a district court judge to think that they can become an alternative president. And a lot of these decisions are absurd, and the founding...
I agree. I'm going to continue, but think about it. A district judge telling the president how to conduct international affairs. Like, what? Are you for real? A district judge telling a president he needs to bring back a terrorist back into this country who was supposed to be deported since back in 2019 by two other judges said this guy needed to be deported. And you got one district judge telling a president of a country to bring that criminal back? Are you serious? Like, what is going on? Who gave these judges this power? It's crazy. They don't have this authority.
Fathers, you know, Jefferson eliminated 14 judgeships. He didn't impeach them. He just eliminated the judgeships, and they went home. And I think that we're moving towards a point where we may have to eliminate a number of district courts just to communicate that we're not going to tolerate dictatorship by judge.
Boy,
Yep.
I agree with that 100%. They could start
Me
with
too.
this guy Boasberg, who's completely
That's
out of
his name.
control, but
I couldn't think his name. I knew it started with a B. Boasberg. Like I was looking at an article that was talking about it today. Like, how did this one judge end up with so many Trump cases? Someone is assigning him these cases so that he can be the activist, because he's the activist judge that he is, so he can try to smack down some of Trump policies. That's exactly what's going on, and it shouldn't be happening.
there's a real opportunity there. There's so many to choose from, but I definitely would. And here's my next question to you. You know, the President of the United States, they try and position him as anti-Constitution, as a dictator. And I'm thinking to myself, where's he been a dictator? If
Right.
a court rules, he follows it, even when the courts are being like dictators. Where has he violated the Constitution? I can't find it. Can you?
Me either.
No, and it's important to remember that the picture behind you of Lincoln, who may have been the best lawyer ever to serve as president, Lincoln said of the Dred Scott decision that it was not the law of the land, it was the law of the case. And his reason was the court was divided. It was 7-2. The two Republicans in the court voted against the Dred Scott decision, which extended slavery into the whole country. Well, I think Trump does have an obligation. If the court is 9-0, the Supreme Court, I think he has an obligation to take seriously their judgment. But on 5-4 decisions, I think it's open to debate. And for district judges, none of the founding fathers, none of them, would tolerate district judges pretending that they were alternative commander-in-chiefs. If you
Right.
read the Federalist Papers, they're very clear. They believed that, in fact, the judges were the weakest, not the strongest of the three branches. And Hamilton warns in the Federalist Papers, if the judges take on the two political branches elected by the people, they'll be crushed. Jefferson said, judges thinking they can run the country are an oligarchy and deprive people of their liberties. And of course, Lincoln said, government of the people, by the people, and for the people, which I think was a rebuke to the lawyers who thought they could have government by lawyer.
Well,
Absolutely. Because think about it. Think about it. The people voted, and the people voted for President Trump and his policies. And then you have a judge coming in telling you, no, it doesn't matter that the people voted for this. It doesn't matter that the overwhelming majority of Americans voted for this. I think this is wrong. I'm going to shoot it down. No. How is that okay? How is that okay? The leftists are using lawfare to stop Trump's agenda.
said, and you're right about Trump is on the side of Lincoln. The other side's on the side of Dred Scott.
Facts.
Oh, yes, they are.
That's right.
It's the same mentality. Newt Gingrich, I want to thank you, my friend. Always great to have you. I appreciate
There you have it. I 1,000% agree with Newt Gingrich on this one. The former Speaker of the House, former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.